guys, a new year, new you. The new year's coming, and I say that's all a bunch of crap. What do you think?
I'm right there with you.
Me too. Totally agree.
What have we all learned about new year, new you? Everything's going to magically change.
Oh my goodness.
Tell me.
That's not. I always wait till the end to do my little sonnets, but I'm going to do it now, and we're going to build off of that one. Why do we wait? Magically at midnight, everything will appear. Motivation, determination, success. That magic time of the year, December 31st at midnight. Society tells us we should, we can, we must. No, a date is only a date. The only resolution time you need is the one you set. You can start whenever you want. December 31st is just a date.
Ruth. Ruth.
Mic drop. I'm leaving. I go now.
No, it's true. It's like there's a fairy godmother somewhere that's going to come across at midnight on December 31st, wave
Right.
her little wand, and magically we are going to turn into something different.
Yeah. Which doesn't happen.
Never.
Doesn't happen.
Seriously.
Now,
Don't wait for her to show up. Definitely
Right.
do not wait for her to show up, because she ain't coming.
but we are not against new starts. That's
Love
not
new
what we're
starts.
saying. Every morning is a new start. The first of the month, people call them as new starts. The beginning of the week. A start is whenever you want to make it. The three of us believe in new starts. We believe in going after your dreams, your goals, whatever. We don't believe that you magically get the willpower on this magic day that's been, I don't even know how it started, resolutions.
Well, it's not even just resolutions. It's like, why are you waiting? Like,
Yes.
why am I going to, it's whatever month, and I'm going to wait I'm going to get through the holidays, and then I'm going to start something. I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to start something. Oh, it's my kid's birthday. Oh, there's a vacation or something. It's like, why wait? Why are you waiting? And I think, Tracy, before we hit record, you had a really good point about what you write down. What did you say about writing down your resolutions?
Oh, I mean, for a lot of us, what we write down at the beginning of January 2024 is probably the same thing that we wrote down in the beginning of January 2023 and January 2022 and on and backwards and backwards and backwards, because there are casual things that we throw out there, and then it's like, okay, well, are we really serious about any of this stuff? Because if we were, we would do something about it. And that's why, I mean, a start can be 4 o'clock on a Wednesday afternoon. Like, it literally, I mean, the moment you decide that you are going to do something different and take action, big take action girl here, take action and do something, that is when it all starts to change. That's when the new you starts to become visible. And you literally, in order to become a new you, in order to create a new identity, you have to be willing to let old things about yourself drop away. You have to let old beliefs drop away. You have to let old habits drop away. You have to be willing to let go of who it is you are right now in order to start to create the new you, the new identity. But it starts with just one thing. It's just one thing that you need to do in order to start the process. I mean, Michelle, this is what you did exactly with your whole race. I mean, in order to become an ultra marathon runner, you first of all had to get rid of the limiting belief that you were not that person. I'm not an ultra marathon runner. Who do I think I am? You had to get rid of that in order to be able to step into the persona of, I am an ultra marathon runner. And I'm a 64-year-old ultra marathon runner. I can do hard things. I can do these things. But it meant letting go of limiting beliefs and doubts and all of these things. And that's when the new you appears. And it doesn't have to wait magically for a Monday, the first of a month, the first of a new year. It can start literally right now. Right after you've watched this episode, you can start it right now.
But I don't think it's also new you. I think it's an upgrade of who you are, right? And so sometimes I think when people hear new you, it's like, what? My whole identity changing? No, you're upgrading, you're next leveling who you're becoming. And I just want to like that, because I think people go, new me, what? You're scaring the crap out of me. And it's not. It's new you, the next level of you.
But you're daring to believe that you are capable of becoming what it is that you desire.
Right.
Yeah. And that is scary in and of itself, because right away, hello, Mr. Fear. Hello, Mr. Doubt. Thank you for showing up, because they're going to show up and they're going to go,
aren't they?
hey, listen, huh?
They are consistent, aren't they? They always seem to be there.
Yeah, it's like, oh, hey, we're needed. She's going to do something different. We need to rush in there with, guns a-blazing, going, hey, listen, you got to stop. Don't do that, because, we're comfortable right where we are. That's the thing. That's the thing right there.
Yeah. I think I started, when you said that to me, Tracy, I started training for my race like on a Thursday. I had my first meeting with my trainer last October of 2022 on a Thursday. And she didn't say to me, we're going to start November 1st. We're going to start on a Monday. We started right then and there in that first meeting. That was when we started. That's when she was starting my questioning. That's when she was starting to pull things out of me. So I think, I know this is going to air around that time, but of the end of December, but I think it's important. We wanted to bring this up because, to Tracy E's point, when you write your resolution or your goal or your dream, how many times have you written that? And are you doing that? So if someone says to you, so what's your New Year's resolution? And hey, I'm going to raise my hand because I was somebody I'm a reformed resolution person. Because it doesn't do anything. Because I kept writing the same one over and over and over again. So do we do it just because we want to be able to answer that question? What if you were to say, oh, my goal? Oh, I started that middle of December. What do you think would happen? What do you think the person's going to say? You don't have a resolution? Anything. No one's going to say anything.
But I do think it does do something for you, doing resolutions. And I think it sets you up for disappointment. I think it totally puts way more pressure on you because you're with the masses. Oh, we're all going to the gym, or oh, we're all eating, stop eating whatever. And instead of going in your quiet time, like you said, a Thursday or whatever, and going, I'm making a change. Here's the line in the sand, and I'm making a change now for me, about me, and moving forward. And it has nothing to do with the new year. It has nothing to do with what society is talking about. It's my internal choice. And I think that's where the power is, because I feel really bad about when you make all these resolutions and you've seen it in the gyms, right? Oh, yeah. It's gone by the third week of January. How do you feel? Like it must like really knock you down a bit, right?
Yep.
I was there, and you stop showing up.
Well, and
Yeah.
how many times do people bother to actually reread what it is that they wrote down on January 1st? You know, like, is that, I mean, one of the most important parts of goal setting is to be constantly reviewing why it is that you're doing it. You reading your whys, reading what the goal is, because I mean, let's face it, like, I don't care what goal it is, eventually you're going to be bored. You're going to be like, oh God, I'm so bored of this. Can I do something else? And it's like, got to go back to what it is I want to do. There you go. I got to go back and I got to read this so it constantly stays fresh. There's that constant, you know, oh yeah, I understand why I'm doing this. I understand why I'm going to drag myself out of bed in the morning and get out there and go for my run. I understand why I'm going to not hit snooze after my alarm goes off at 5 a.m. because this is what I want to do. Not because somebody else is expecting that of you. It's what you want to do for you. Because when that happens, what is the ripple effect throughout the rest of your life, into your relationships, into everything you do? There is nothing more powerful than following through on your own word. Nothing beats it.
I love that, because that was something I wanted to bring up. We make these promises, and I think one of these, when my boys were growing up, they would say, ask me something. And you know how you would be like, yeah. But they would come over and say, do you promise? Because they knew if I said, yes, I promise, it was going to happen, because I wouldn't break a promise to them. If I said, I can't right now, they would be like, yeah, this ain't going to happen. Like, they knew. We should look at our goals the exact same way, as a promise we make to ourselves and a non-negotiable that can't be broken.
Yeah.
And we don't do that. Not when you set a resolution. You, as Tracy G said, we get caught up in the society of what everybody is telling us to do. And then we set a resolution that we don't even want. Well, everyone's going to the gym. They asked me to go to the gym. Yeah, I could use it to lose a few pounds. Let me go to the gym. Well, and like Tracy G is, you're setting yourself up for disappointment because it's not something you really want.
And if you did want it, you'd start today.
Exactly. Well,
If you did want it, you'd start
On a
today.
Monday or a Wednesday or whatever day this is. Yes, start today.
Or at 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yes. Oh, do you know what? The gift, like, honestly, it's like such a rush, because the gift you give yourself the moment you take your first action, that's the hardest part, is starting. The hardest part is going, yep, I'm going to actually do this. And you know what? Even if it's something that has to be done tomorrow, like I'm going to get up at 7 o'clock tomorrow. I'm going to start doing that every single day, or whatever the time is that you want to get up. It's like, okay, you can start that right now by deciding, okay, what am I going to do? How does that look? What am I going to do? What time am I going to go to bed? What am I going to, do I need to get my coffee prepared in advance before I go to bed? Do I need to lay out my gym clothes? Do I need to, have the dog leash by the door? Like, what is it that you need to do to start to create that? Because that action in and of itself will help the success at 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. And going to bed and telling yourself, I am getting up. I've promised myself I'm doing this. It's not negotiable.
Right. Non-negotiable. Non-negotiable. Every time. And we talked about it before. Why do you want to do this? What is the change? And my why had to become so much bigger than the race. My why, I found that my why had to be nothing to do with the race, to be very honest, because I know my insides, I know my mindset, that if it was just to go across the finish line, that wasn't big enough for me. That wasn't something that was going to get me over that.
Yeah, motivating enough.
My why had to deal with my health. And it probably was even more amplified with the cancer scare last year. And it's more amplified seeing the family members that have dealt with health issues. So my why dealt more with health issues. Now, not everybody that wants to get healthy does not have to be an ultra trail runner. It was just something I can do with my children.
Mhm.
So there was twofold within that. But why I wanted to do it became so big, huge, that I felt disappointed. Like it hurt if I didn't keep the promise to myself.
See, that's when it works.
Yeah.
That's when it works. So new you now, not new you, new
No.
year, new year,
Like I said,
new you
there
now.
is no magical at midnight. You don't get motivation, you don't get determination, and you don't get success. No. So, what are you going to start now? Right now? What is that dream or that goal that you're going to start and this Wednesday when this episode airs at 10 a.m.? What's it going to be? Put it down in the comments because we want to know. We're going to hold you accountable. No, I'm only kidding. We want to know because we want to cheer you on. That's what we want to do. We want to cheer you on. And if you have somebody who is really hard-nosed on New Year's resolutions and you're like, not sure, send them this episode. We'll set them straight. Share it with them. Don't forget to subscribe, hit like, and get those notifications so you know every Wednesday when a new episode's coming out. Until then.
Thanks for watching, and we hope to see you as a regular member of our community.